What's up? We're doing something a little different today. I decided to rank my producers, my beat makers that I listen to on YouTube. That's where I get. That's where I listen to all my beats from. I get them all from BeatStar, obviously. Well, most of them. H3 doesn't have them on BeatStar. But anyways, moving on. We have 16 producers here. Piper, Ritterman, One, H3 Music, Caps Control, Ape Flu, Just a Kid, Beats by Khan, F8 Entertainment, Izoki Beats, Kaiser, Isle, Nick Barrow, Encore, Trunks, Phallic, Pendo 46, and Tuna Beats. Also known as Beats with Hooks. He has a second channel on YouTube where I think it's just called Beats with Hooks, and but it's his. We only have 4 tiers. I don't listen to crappy artists, I don't listen to crappy artists, and I don't listen to crappy beat makers, so there's nothing D or F about these guys, but some of them might be C, some of them, I don't know, C might be looking pretty empty, actually, but S might be looking more empty than you think. A lot of these guys are going to fit in A, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, but these are the guys I listen to. Like I said, I do listen to more beat makers, beat artists. I don't know why I keep saying artist. A lot more, but these are just the most common that I listen to. The most common that I'll play, and then I'll go to these different beat makers for different things. And I think I've used every single one of them. I haven't used Trunks before, or Kaiser Isle, or Just a Kid, or Nick Barrow, or Encore, but I still listen to them. I've bought tracks from some of them, and I've written songs to all of them, and I don't know, it kind of depends. Like, not every song I make makes the cut, so, and a lot of these artists or beat makers, their beats aren't the songs I made with their beats aren't published yet. They're coming out on my album, but we'll get started. First of all, we got Piper. Oh, and by the way, I used just their YouTube profile picture, so that's why this one's all white and that one's all blue. But first up, we have Piper. He does Mac Miller, Coda, The Kid, J. Cole. He's done some more different style beats, but that's his bread and butter, if you will. And his beats are always really beautiful. They're always really really well put together, and they all sound similar, but none of them sound similar enough where it feels like he's retreading material. It's not like he's constantly reusing a sample or a loop or a sound that's like, oh yeah, he's always using that over and over again, which some of these beat makers will do. You'll listen to enough of their beats and you're like, oh, he's using that snare again, that 808 again. And so he really keeps it fresh. I'm actually going to leave him here in A. The only reason why I wouldn't put him on S tier is he's not very versatile. He doesn't do a whole lot of different type of beats, and that's okay. I'm never going to complain to a beat maker about that. And also, I feel like his beats kind of lack, I don't know what it is. Like, it's just, I might put him on S tier. But his beats don't wow me, you know what I mean? Like, I listen to his beats and they're really chill and they're beautiful and all that, but it's not like, wow, man, wow, I gotta have that. It's not like that. But, so, I'm gonna keep him on A. Then we have Ritterman. Ritterman, he makes more lo-fi. He's done some boom bap beats. He's done some, what's the word I'm looking for? He's done some more dark style beats. He is from the UK, so his non lo-fi beats kind of have that drill type feel to him, even though I don't think that's what he's going for. His beats are free for profit, although you can buy a license from him from BeatStar. And his beats are always really. He's probably got the most passionate following out of all these guys. He's got a pretty big following. He's got like over 100,000 subscribers, and he's amazing at what he does. And again, he just kind of lacks that versatility. He doesn't really branch out a whole lot from lo-fi, and that's fine. But his beats are just kind of. There's nothing really super special about it. There's nothing really, and his structure of the beats are kind of funky at times, and it's not really easy to tell, like, okay, where's the chorus, where's the hook, where's the verse. And as somebody who's been rapping and listening to beats for years, normally a beat producer, a good one, is going to have it set up where okay, this is the verse and then this is the hook, because the beat's going to portray a story as your lyrics should. And so your lyrics can complement the beat, and the beat can complement your lyrics into telling that story, into building up attention, and then releasing it, and then building it up, and then releasing it. And his just don't always do that for me. But that's probably my only complaint. Some of them are really good, and they're all really unique. He has some great sounding beats that nobody else has. So I'm going to put him B, but honestly, I really want to put him on A. Like, he's not a bad producer at all. And then we have one who's a really small YouTuber. He only has a few thousand subscribers, and his beats are also free for profit, and they're pretty good. A lot of them are really basic, but they're well structured. They sound well, but like I said, they're basic. There's nothing really special about them, and honestly, I don't listen to them a whole lot because of that. But they're free for profit. They're free for profit, so you can't really complain. I'm actually gonna put them on C, just like that, because I don't really know if I have a whole lot more to say about him. But he is versatile, so I will give him that. He would be close to a B. Then we have H3 Music. H3 Music is a producer I listen to more than anybody else. He comes out with beats daily. That's probably why. They're also free for profit, except for the occasional one where he does a collab, or where he takes a sample from NF, which he does a lot of NF beats, and then that sample obviously isn't cleared, so it can't be for profit. But now free for profit. He does them daily. He's versatile. He does anything from lo-fi, UK drill. He does, he's on Post Malone, Mac Miller. But he really sticks with NF, and that's where he kind of shines with those NF beats. But I feel like because he does it daily, his beats kind of lack that unique feel. Like they sound a lot different from each other, but they don't have that unique feel. They all kind of blend together, and I think, and I'm okay with that, because they all sound great, and you're not trying to do anything too special with that. And then he structures his beats amazingly. There's always clear whatevers that let you know this is a verse, this is the hook, and you can hear that build up, that tension, the release the tension, and all that. So his structure is actually really great as well. I'm gonna put him on B, I guess. I'll put him on B. Even though I really want to put him on A, I'm gonna put him on A, just because he comes out with the beats daily, and that's insane. Now we have Caps Control. Caps Control This is the newest. By newest, I mean I've just started listening to them, and they are amazing, absolutely amazing at what they do. They make their own. Not all the time, obviously, but they do add their own sounds, their own guitar, their own loops, and that just helps that become that much more unique, and it's so beautiful the way they compose their tracks and structure them. I can't say a negative thing about Caps Control, honestly. I've just been listening to them nonstop ever since I found them, so that's an instant S tier, to be honest. You have Apes Flu. Apes Flu doesn't make a whole lot of beats. I'm sorry about my computer. Let me just quiet it down. Apes Flu doesn't make a whole lot of beats. He's made a prof beat, and that's the one that I used for grind. He's a pretty good beat maker, and I'm saying it like that because I don't listen to him a whole lot, but he's pretty good. He structures his beats kind of odd, but they're all really unique, I'll give you that. I'm going to go ahead and put him on B. And we have Just a Kid. He's also free for profit, and he pretty much exclusively does beats with hooks, at least recently. His past work wasn't always like that, but Just a Kid has some really amazing beats, and then he has some okay beats. And I feel that that's partially because he's using a hook, and you kind of have to cater to a hook when you use a hook. You can't just make the beat whatever you want. And that kind of could limit you, I guess, if you're making a beat. But and all of his beats are all really soft and all that. And they're more guitar, piano, acoustic type beats, more pop sounding. But not bad. I don't know. A lot of his beats just don't sound that great. The composition of the instruments and loops just don't always complement each other very well. But his hook choices are amazing, and he has one beat called "Miss You," and that's amazing. That's that's an S tier beat, but I'm gonna put him on B. This is beats by Khan. Khan does a lot of old school, like 90s boom bap style beats, and he's really good at it, but that seems to be pretty much all he does. He doesn't do a whole lot of newer stuff, and when he does, it still sounds just like a boom bap beat, and that's fine. His beats sound, a lot of his beats sound the same, like they're just kind of generic, like if Beats by Khan was a genre, that's all of his beats, so to speak. Like, there's no different sound, like, whoa, that's a different type of beat. Like, what? Like, oh, this is unique. This is something different from the last one. It's not like that. It's like, oh, it's just a different flavor of the same beat, so to speak. So, I'm actually going to put him on C. And this is all opinionated, by the way. You might listen to some of these guys and think, they're amazing. But this is all my opinion. So then you have F8 Studio, or F8 Entertainment, sorry. F8 Entertainment does more really upbeat stuff. And I used him for them video games that's out. And his is really unique from other stuff. And they're really upbeat, and they're really bright and cheery, and I really love the 808s that he's always using, and the composition of his beats are always really good. There's not a whole lot I could say that's negative about this guy. He does lack versatility, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep him on A. Now I have Ezo Beats. I think I'm saying that right. I think he does free for profit. I'm not entirely sure. Ezo Beats. his beats are always, if I'm remembering right, shorter. They're not the best, but they're never bad. They all kind of sound the same as well, and that's okay. That's my phone, not yours. Sorry. Uh, yeah, there's just nothing really special about his beats, but they're not ever bad. I'm gonna put him on B because he consistently makes good beats, but like I said, there's just nothing super special to put it above that. Then we have Kaiser Isle. Kaiser does Free for Profit as well, I think. And his beats, I'm going to be honest, they sound amazing, but like, I don't know if it's the loop packs that he's using or the instrumentals, but it just sounds low production quality and like kind of makes sense. I think this guy has like 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers or something like that, so he obviously doesn't have a whole lot of money, that would be my guess, to put into his beats. But you can tell he puts passion into his tracks, as all these guys do. All these guys, you can tell they really care about their craft. So I'm not trying to be rude to any of these guys, but I'm going to put him on B. Yeah, I'm going to put him on B. He does a lot of Japanese style beats, Oriental, and those are really great. I love him for that. We have Nick Barrel. Nick Barrel does a lot of like EDM style beats, Skrillex and all that, you know. And a lot of them, and he only has, I think he has less than 100,000 subscribers. Or he has less than 1,000 subscribers. And I don't know, he's got some really great beats that would put him in the A tier, but most of his beats are just kind of not really feeling it. Like, there's just, I don't know, generic. But I guess, I don't know. This is tough because I'm going to put him on B just because I feel like most of his stuff could really, it could be a lot better if, I don't know. It's all about that breakdown. When you do EDM style stuff and you know, you have your verse and you have the breakdown with the instrumental, it's always going to be about that breakdown. Like, how good does that breakdown sound? So, and it doesn't always, it's not always satisfying. Like, that's supposed to be the oof. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm terrible with words. Encore does a lot more pop sound beats. He does like Drake, Post Malone. I think he did a Rihanna, or not Rihanna, Beyonce one, something like that, like last week. So he's a lot more pop sounding, and that's okay. That's not really my bread and butter. I don't really like that type sound. I don't like pop sounds at all. But he's not bad at what he does. He does everything really well. He structures them well. He uses good sounds in his beats, and none of them really sound like they're generic or that they're using the same beat packs that everybody else uses or loop packs or whatever. I'm going to keep him on A. I think that he's a great producer, but I just don't think there's anything super special about him. I just think that, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But he's a great producer, but his pop beats are just not for me. Then we have Trunks. Trunks with the sauce. Does a lot of darker sounding beats. That's his specialty. Hobson, NF, Tech Nine, Eminem, and his Eminem beats are really great. And a lot of his beats sound the similar. Sound the similar. Yes, that's a word, or that's a. They sound the same. They all sound closely related to each other, like they're brothers and sisters, basically. Like there's just not a whole lot different. They got very similar sounds. He reuses a lot of snares, 808s, or and other sounds and loops. So, but they sound great. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, he puts a lot of passion into his beats. I'm gonna have to put him as B. Well, we got a lot of people in B, and that's, again, none of these guys sound bad. None of them. It all depends on what you're going for, and free for profit's obviously gonna limit you to a few of these guys, and but Trunks is he's a great producer. He's just kind of lacks that unique feel when you go from one beat to another beat, it should have a unique feel. It shouldn't sound like a retread, basically. Then we have Phallic. Phallic is the master at sampling and then flipping the sample. Like, I don't know if I've met a man who's done this yet. I got 2 songs produced by him on my album that haven't come out yet, and you're gonna tell because they're gonna be the 2 with samples in front of it. And he is amazing at what he does. His beats, even without the sample, his beats are just amazing. The 808s hit hard when they need to. They're aggressive. I don't know. There's so much I could say about him. I can't really say anything negative about him. He structures them well. Sometimes his structure is a little bit odd, but he does structure them well. I'm gonna keep him as an S tier. Probably only 2 S tiers. And we have Pendo 46. Pendo 46 does do a few free for profit beats, but most of the time he does not free for profit, but free for non-commercial use. He sticks with Eminem, NF type beats with I don't know if he even calls them Eminem or NF type beats. He just makes beats, and they're all pretty good. They're all pretty solid. They're all pretty unique. He does. Shoot, I don't know. He's one of the more interesting beat makers on here because I love all of his beats, and I've used one of them, and yet I don't see myself ever hopping on his beats. He's also one of the fastest growing here. He does challenges and all that too, and so I think that helps. And then, but regardless, that's away from the point. His structure is great. His beats are great. They all sound not too similar from each other, so they all always have different sound to them, and they're always distinct. I'm gonna keep him. This is tough because, like I said, I love all of his beats, but I can't imagine hopping on him because of one reason or another. Not necessarily our style differences. I'm gonna keep him A. And the last one's Tuna Beats. I'm gonna keep him A because Tuna Beats can make some really beautiful sounding beats. His production is always really high, his production quality, but he just does pop, and some of his beats sound similar, and he reuses some instrumentals in his beats that you can tell, but overall he's pretty good. So yeah, Phallic and Caps Control, the only ones to make it to the S tier. And I freaking love those producers, especially Caps Control. And I do really love H3 Music and Piper Beats, and I love Rittiman, and I love all these guys, but those guys especially. Let me know. I mean, you guys probably haven't heard of a lot of these, I imagine, but these guys, these are the beat producers that I listen to more than anything. So let me know what you think below. Was I wrong on a few of them? If not, I wasn't, because they're my opinion. But what's your opinion? Where would you guys have these sit? If you ever listen to any of these guys, you probably have to listen to H3 or at least one or two of these people. So let me know, and I'll see you on the next one, I guess. I don't know how to really end this, so I'm just gonna I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm stupid.